You know how hard I fucking tried, man? You know how hard I fucking tried, bro? And then you do this shit? No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, labels. Labels. People, narcissists, they love giving somebody a label because it does two things. One, the main thing is that a label can cause like inner turmoil for you. Like you'll be battling a certain label for the rest of your life if you have to, because it's one of those things that it's easy to become obsessed about it. And the only thing that you have to fight against like an obsessed idea or an obsessive thing is your willpower. And we all know that we tire throughout the day. So that battle can go on and you're never going to win. So they try to start that inside of you. And then the second thing is that people believe whatever they hear. So there's certain labels, certain things that you can call people that will automatically get people turned against you, that'll automatically qualify you for mistreatment. And it's very effective. So narcissists, they love the idea of somebody getting written off or somebody in inner turmoil with themselves, which basically, if you're at war with yourself, you're distracted. And if you're distracted, then they can take advantage of you. They just go and take whatever they want. And also, you can't have, like, you're not going to be able to be a real match for a narcissist or just in life, like, if you're wearing yourself down. So that's the thing you have to worry about, is that you're going to be worn down. And then they also like the idea that, you know, people are going to get written off, and now it's like they can just, they're really powerful. They could do whatever they want to you and nobody's going to care because you're this label. So the first part of it I wanted to talk about was basically, like, if everybody can just, you know, write you off just because you look a certain way, and then somebody calls you something and then boom, you're written off like that. For one, the best way to battle that is to accept it and just be like, and own it, but not own it in a serious way. Like, whenever somebody, because a lot of people, they'll say this and say that about you, say it behind your back or whatever, but if they do say it to you or say it under their breath, like, don't let it automatically just drain you of all your willpower and make you feel like crap. You know what I'm saying? You just own it. Like, okay, so let's say, okay, I am. Now what? You know? Or, okay, so I am this thing. What are you gonna do about it? And right there, like, you basically you take the word and now it's powerless. A lot of times what they'll do, if you say that, they'll try to laugh to themselves. Like, like they try to make it seem like it's still this funny thing that they're calling you or whatever, but it's not. Like, at that point you could just mock the person and you just take the power away from it. But it's really hard to get there. Like, it's one of those things where you have to in that war with yourself, you know, inside. I mean, and don't completely own it, because you want to also say that you're not. You're like, okay, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. But if they keep pushing it, you're like, okay, so I am. Now what? You know, and that'll catch them off guard. They'll stop saying it. But the how if you're still at war with yourself, then it's going to be like there's a lot of power, there's a lot of thought that's been put into it. So when it's said, then it's like it really gets to you. So you have to end that war inside. Like, you got to end the war inside. So basically the best way to do that is just realize that you're obsessed with it. It's not like it's you just because somebody said it, but understand that most people don't really understand the labels that they call people. They don't understand the labels that they put on people. For one, no matter what they call you, they can call you anything. Most people, like, they don't really understand what it's about. Like, it's just something to put you down. It's something to punish you with. They understand it on a simple level, but they don't understand the complexities enough to actually be able to accurately label somebody something. It's really just a power game. But so once you understand that, then you gotta realize that, okay, I'm obsessed with this idea because of the stress. Like, stress causes obsession, and obsession causes stress. So it's kind of like you gotta stop stressing so much and just focus on that. When you start feeling that thought, you start having that thought in your head, and you start worrying or thinking about, what am I this? Am I really, is this something really wrong with me or whatever? Then you just take your mind off the idea of whether you're right or wrong about yourself, and focus on what's the stressor, what's causing you to think about it. And once you focus on that, then you can take away the stress, and then the obsession goes away. But as long as you're worried about whether you're this or that, and you can go in circles all day, because then now it's a battle against your willpower. A willpower versus obsession versus easing up on the stress. And that's what you do. It's just a shift of focus from, again, from whether you are this thing or not, to what's causing my stress, is causing me to think about this thing. That's the real problem. If you're being mistreated and you start obsessing about what they're calling you, then the problem is the mistreatment. It's not the label. The labels wouldn't mean anything without the mistreatment. So you're like, okay, I'm being stressed out because of this mistreatment. So what am I going to do about this mistreatment? How am I going to basically make it where it's not as effective against me, and kind of change my life around based on that? And then you'll start lowering the stress, and you'll stop thinking about it. And eventually that won't give you any power. And now you can go in and be like, okay, so that's what I am. So what? So what now? Okay, so what now? And then the label has no more power at that point. You know what I mean? And that's how you destroy a label.